"Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal."
President Abraham Lincoln spoke those words just a few months after the bloodiest battle ever fought on American soil. With those words, he dedicated a portion of this south-central Pennsylvania field to those who gave their lives that this nation might live. He gave hope to a war-torn people and preserved the respect for this special place that so many have felt for this hallowed ground. The rolling hills of Gettysburg are home to extraordinary stories of sacrifice, courage, tragedy, and triumph.
Now, we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war.
On July 1st, 1863, the unsuspecting farming community of Gettysburg became caught in the crossfires of arguably the most famous battle in American history, and one that forever transformed a broken nation. 160,000 men and boys from all walks of life marched onto the fields of Gettysburg over the devastating days that followed. Among them lawyers, carpenters, accountants, shopkeepers, farmers, husbands, sons, and fathers. After fighting had ceased on the evening of July 3rd, an uneasy calm settled over Gettysburg as the Confederates began their retreat through the ravaged landscape. The citizens were faced with the horrific remains of war, creating their own extraordinary stories of anguish, determination, loyalty, and despair. Nearly 51,000 were killed, wounded, missing, or captured throughout those 3 days. But the memories of their deeds remain forever among the fields of Gettysburg. Today, over 1 million people make the pilgrimage to Gettysburg and begin their visit at the Gettysburg National Military Park Museum and Visitor Center. Recommended by the National Park Service as your first stop in Gettysburg, the Museum and Visitor Center provides important information needed to better understand how to uncover these battlefield stories and the role that Gettysburg played in this transformative chapter in America's history. The Gettysburg National Military Park Museum and Visitor Center is a beautiful, spacious facility conveniently nestled in the woodlands and surrounded by historic battlefield. As you enter the Visitor Center, friendly and knowledgeable National Park Service Rangers, Gettysburg Foundation staff, and volunteers will help to customize your unforgettable experience. Meet your reserved, licensed battlefield guide who will guide you on a tour of the vast Gettysburg National Military Park. These guides, specially trained and approved by the National Park Service, can join you for a personal tour in your car or can lead your entire group by bus on an educational experience that gives greater meaning to the fields, landmarks, and monuments of Gettysburg. Begin your Gettysburg experience by viewing our original feature film, A New Birth of Freedom. Narrated by Morgan Freeman, this powerful film will allow you to better envision the Battle of Gettysburg by leading you on a cinematic journey that begins with the causes of the Civil War and strategies of the Battle of Gettysburg and ends with the ongoing relevance that Gettysburg has in today's world. A New Birth of Freedom reminds us, as Lincoln did in his now famous Gettysburg Address, that freedom, like power, will always be contested. Following the film, you will move to a circular platform where you'll find yourself completely surrounded by the magnificent Battle of Gettysburg cyclorama painting. French artist Paul Philippeteau created this masterpiece in the 1880s, and it was just recently restored to its full brilliance, allowing you to view the painting exactly as the artist originally intended. together with a sound and light program, an overhead canopy, and a three-dimensional diorama foreground that realistically features stone walls, broken fences, shattered trees, and a cannon, this once-in-a-lifetime experience will take your breath away. The Gettysburg cyclorama painting is so moving that it brought many Civil War veterans to tears as they viewed the painting when it was first exhibited. As cannons roar, bright red flares illuminate the sky, and the sounds of soldiers echo around you, you will feel as if you are thrust into the middle of the fury and chaos of Pickett's charge. The story of Gettysburg is the collection of the experiences from the people who lived here, fought here, died here, and traveled here, desperately seeking loved ones. As you walk through the galleries of the Gettysburg Museum of the American Civil War, you will view authentic Civil War equipment, weaponry, camp life supplies, and uniforms. You can signal troops and send bugle calls through interactive exhibits and delve into the powerful words of President Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address. The museum also uncovers the daily struggles of the Civil War soldier through historical artifacts and personal accounts, including heart-wrenching letters from soldiers who fought and died here at Gettysburg. Some fought for a home, a sweetheart, a country, or a way of life, but all fought with extraordinary conviction that drove them forward into the bloodiest battle the continent has ever known. To take a break from exploring when hunger strikes, the Refreshment Saloon, conveniently located adjacent to the Visitor Center lobby, is the perfect place to settle. Modeled after an authentic Civil War-themed saloon, you can relax by the cozy fireplace while enjoying period-themed meals, or indulge in an ice-cold treat on the open outdoor patio. A pilgrimage to Gettysburg is not complete without a visit to the vibrant and spacious museum bookstore. Whether you're looking for a small souvenir keepsake and a Gettysburg t-shirt, or a detailed field map or history book, the museum bookstore has something for everyone. There is still so much to see and do in and around the museum and visitor center. If you're looking to further enhance your experience, the Gettysburg National Military Park offers a variety of entertaining and educational programs, including ranger-guided programs in a variety of subjects, living history presentations, and battlefield hikes. They also offer fun and educational, hands-on ranger programs for young visitors who can experience what it was like to be a soldier during the Civil War. You may also purchase tickets to tour the David Wills House and the Eisenhower National Historic Site, both conveniently located within 10 minutes of the Museum and Visitor Center. The Museum and Visitor Center also offers things to do after hours, like programs that give you the chance to experience a more in-depth and behind-the-scenes look at the magnificent Gettysburg cyclorama painting, as well as a variety of special events. The values of our nation, the importance of democracy and liberty, and the sacrifice of men fighting in both blue and gray are felt by anyone who walks the fields at Gettysburg. The lessons of Gettysburg cannot be experienced through history books alone. They are best felt through one's own pilgrimage to this historic treasure. Some who journey to this place come to walk the fields hallowed by the blood of Americans willing to give their lives for a greater cause. Some come to discover the important lessons of leadership and sacrifice that Gettysburg has to teach. Some trek to Gettysburg in pursuit of tracing their ancestors' stories, or in the quest to plot their own course in the world today. But all who come to Gettysburg leave changed, having stood on America's common ground, the site of our nation's new birth of freedom.
That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.